afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Judy Simpson. Survivorship rates for many types of cancer have increased in the past decade. Medical advancements through research are a key reason for that increase, but other factors like good nutrition and family support are also key to recovering from and surviving cancer. So this afternoon, we're in the kitchen to learn about a special project that involves cancer, nutrition, and family. With me today are a local professional chef and his son to discuss a project specifically for children whose parents have been diagnosed with cancer. We're pleased to welcome back Chef Curtis Hem and his son Alec. Thanks so much for being with us again. Now, you've been with us before, but for people who are not familiar, tell us a little bit about your mission.
Sure. Our mission with Pink Ribbon Cooking is about working with breast cancer patients and caregivers and teaching them how to cook simple, healthy food at home. Not chef food, simple, healthy food that tastes delicious, that incorporates, whole foods, and really bringing back the joy of cooking. That's kind of an extension that we offer through Team Mommy as well, and we work with children of parents who have had cancer or who are battling cancer in remission, or just it's part of their life. And we try to focus on teaching them a life skill, cooking, that can kind of foster some independence. And also there's a way that kids, they really do want to support, they want to be part of that support team. And this is a great way to do something with that.
I would imagine it's sort of a helpless feeling when, your parents are in the battle against cancer.
Yeah, I mean, I can only sympathize with Alec. I mean, he's grown up in a cancer family, and so with that, there's a whole level of emotional needs and things like that. But I've always found that Alec has always wanted to help and be part of that, and certainly it's been a great emotional support. There comes a time though where the support is limited to medical professionals, and it just really comes to caregiving. But certainly anytime you can incorporate kids in the kitchen, it's a great thing. So for the whole family. Can
you give me some examples of recipes? I know we're going to prepare one, but what are some of the things that you've worked on?
So with Team Mommy, Alec has come up with a really great blackberry and Greek yogurt popsicle, which I like a lot.
That sounds good.
It's almost a creamsicle. Yeah. But again, you're using non-fat Greek yogurt. You're using a really good ingredient. Fresh blackberries are in season. We've come up with strawberry maple popsicles. He came up with a great recipe last year, which we did on the show, which was a mac and cheese pizza.
That was delicious. Yeah. I love that.
A lot of people like that one. And I'm just trying to think of a couple other ones top of my head. I'm drawing a blank on it, but this one is the baked apple with the granola and raisins.
All right, let's talk a little bit about this. Now, it all starts with the ingredients.
Sure, and so, Labor Day is upon us, and so with that comes September and fall. So these are some fresh McIntosh apples from a local orchard, and we've got some butter and brown sugar and raisins, and we're going to, really showcase two different ways. It's a classic baked method, but then there's something, kids come home after school, and it's time for a snack, and you don't want to necessarily have them grab a processed food snack. This is something that a kid can do really easy. So we're going to show the classic way and then the kind of the shortcut way.
Okay, great.
So why don't we go ahead and get going?
Sounds good.
Alec, let's go ahead and take the butter, right? And so we have a wooden spoon because we don't want to use metal and glass. And let's incorporate maybe half of that sugar. That's dark brown sugar. So go ahead and add half.
Unimported.
About half of it, yeah, not all. You want to use a spoon, you can.
Yeah, I'm going to use a spoon.
You do that. And so one of the things when you're cooking with children is there's no pressure. If they mess it up a little bit, who cares? It's not the big deal. If they spill it on the cutting board, I think that's good.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So maybe we'll put just a touch more.
Just pick up your messes.
There we go. Right? Just wipe it up, right? And now we want to add some raisins to that too. So we'll take about half of our raisins. And now you want to slowly kind of turn that into itself. So grab the bowl and then go ahead and mix it up. There you go.
I'm not the best at mixing things.
No, you don't have to be the best. You just have to have in your heart that you want to do it.
There you go.
Yeah. So here, I'll just show you a trick. Ready for a trick?
Yeah, I need a trick.
Anytime you want to mix something, if you grab your spoon with an overhand grip and you grab the bowl, you can kind of turn it onto itself and you kind of smear. So it's one of those classic smear campaigns. Not politics, but then you just kind of go and mix it up. Right?
Looks
so
like
you're
cream
pressing.
cheese.
It does look like cream cheese. And so this is basically what's
brown
known as a
sugar.
creaming method. And so we're incorporating the sugar with the raisins into the butter so that they disperse evenly across the board. So I think that's pretty good. I mean, we don't have to be perfect with that. So why don't we go ahead and grab them. Let's grab 3 apples.
All right.
Time for me to cut some apples.
It is.
These are beautiful.
So our knives are really sharp. So one of the things I always like to do is just showcase safety. So if you're going to cut an apple in half, and we're going to go from top to bottom, just kind of come through, put your knife down, and then make sure that you slice the apple. If you try to push and a knife is dull, it has a tendency to push out.
Yeah.
And you can really have a problem at that point in time. And then something that was really well-intentioned becomes a very catastrophic thing. So
Yes.
Alec, why don't you go ahead and cut these 2 apples, just like I showed you, right? Put the knife underneath. Yeah, put your hand over the knife. There you go. Now slice through. Slice. Push forward.
Go.
There you go.
All right. Now let's do the next one. Let's move that aside. Okay, now put your knife on the apple first. Now put your hand over the knife. And now slice. Push that knife right towards that apple. Don't push down. Slice. Forward motion.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Okay, so if you get caught on the stem, which is what he did, so now you just push through. There we go. I'll help you. Push
Thanks.
through. Okay? All your knives are designed, though, to slice, and that's one of the things that we always, anytime we work with anybody, a lot of people just do this, and
Yeah.
knives don't do that. Wood splitters do that. So we try to slice anytime we can.
Okay.
So this one you got, okay? So we take a melon baller. You could use the tip of a spoon if you had to, okay? And what we want to do is we want to get that seed bed out of there. And again, it doesn't have to be pretty or perfect. Melon baller is quite simple. Just go in and turn it over onto itself,
I
okay?
think that's a lot easier.
Well, there you go.
Nice.
Show us your skill set.
Wait, I want to show them. Wait.
So we've
Okay.
got the mirror up there, so
There
we
you
can.
go.
There we go. So let's get
Line
these
'em
done,
Okay.
right?
It must be nice too for children to feel like they're comfortable in the kitchen and can take the responsibility of making something for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, and it is a life skill. And I think a lot of times, you know, especially as kids get teenagers, right, they want less and less to do with us.
Right.
It really is a life skill, and it prepares them for independence. And that's one of the things that we try to foster in Alec as much as possible, is that sense of independence and that confidence that comes with that. And knowing, and I just think we all have to be very clear, no one's going to be right in the kitchen first time out.
Right.
And I was going to say, I was going to catch a melon ball of apple here in a second.
Well, I
Sorry
mean,
about
that's
that.
That's all
the
right.
whole thing, though. I mean, it's not about, as you said, being perfect. It's just about trying new things and constantly working towards it.
Yeah, and one of our things too that we focus on is we try to have recipes that are really safe. So
Yeah.
beyond the slicing of the apple and pulling something out of an oven, this is a relatively safe recipe. We're not using a mandolin. There's no, you know, there's no sauce reductions or anything going crazy. There's very little fire hazard in the kitchen. And we really try to focus on that because we want someone's first experiences in a kitchen to be very positive. Don't worry about it. It's good. Right? That's why we have puppies in our house, and that's why we have brooms and stuff.
There we go.
So we'll go ahead. So why
Yeah.
don't you put your apples in here? Okay.
They still have seeds in them though.
I'll take some of
So
the
we'll take some of the
seeds
seeds
out.
out.
for you. Okay.
This one's fine, I know that.
Okay, so put them right in. So we're going to use a saute pan or a casserole dish. This is a nonstick pan. And so what we can do is, no, you can't eat the things that are full of seeds. You don't want to eat those. Now we can just take a little spoon. Alec, why don't you put a little of each mixture, or a little mixture in each apple, like so.
Okay.
Okay, just leave me a little bit so we can show the shortcut method. Okay? You can use 2 spoons if you don't want to touch the ingredients.
Not the one that you used to. Ah, crud.
It's okay.
Sticky.
So now you want to use your hand, right? So now you're going to say, okay, I have to get my hands involved with this. Right?
Yeah.
So we come through, and then just take your apple. Watch this trick. Ready? Again, another smear.
There you go.
Okay? So you do
Perfect.
that. Finish the last 3.
Oh, there you go.
And again, you know, we're using local Macintosh because that's in season. And again, the nutrient content is higher in anything that's, you know, purchased locally. That's good. Let's go ahead and add some more.
It just tastes a whole lot better.
They do, and there really is a window for Macintosh. You know, it's that first apple of the season usually, and it's crisp and it's sweet. But you could certainly use a Braeburn. You could use a Fuji or a Gala apple. I brought some Granny Smiths in here. Just a lot of people, that's what they buy is the green apples.
Yeah.
They're certainly not local, but it's what they have in their house.
Right.
And so you could do that, but just knowing that that apple's going to be a little bit more tart, you might want to add a little bit more sugar. You know, and just to balance that out. Those look great, Alec. One more to go, and we're good to go. The other thing you can do, if you wanted to, this is where it gets, you know, if you have a kid in the house that's a little bit more comfortable in the kitchen, you can up the ante if they wanted to, and this is just a simple microplane. And here's a cinnamon stick, and you can go over the top with a spice, or you could use a ground piece. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these in the, we have one more piece. So let's go ahead and finish that up, Alec.
Slippery.
It is slippery. That's the whole thing about the butter. That's good. Okay, so we're going to put these in the oven right now.
I got a little tiny.
There's a thing over there.
And so the shortcut method is, if you want to grab another apple,
Sure.
is we're going to cut this one in half. We're going to quickly melon ball it. And this is something you can do in under 3 minutes. If you're just getting home from school and you're hungry, you know, and you don't even have to mix this stuff up together if you didn't want to. You could simply turn around, take some butter, take a little brown sugar, some raisins, and put it on there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to stick this right in the microwave.
Oh, okay.
And now I have to remember how to use the microwave.
Don't
So
worry.
that's 2 minutes express mode. So we'll see how we come out in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? So what we'll do with that,
Yeah, we've been talking about cooking, but really, being in the kitchen with your children is a chance to talk about a lot of different things.
absolutely. I mean, it's talking about your day, and it's a great chance, especially in if someone's battling cancer, to check on someone's emotional state. You know, you can tell by, you know, is their hands shaking? Are they, you know, are they kind of pensive? I mean, there's a lot of things that you can pick up in a kitchen, especially after you do it and you're comfortable with that.
Right.
So we did some of these the classic way, the baked way ahead of
look at
time. And then this is a low-fat granola purchased at the store. Okay, if you want to make your own granola, that's fine.
There we go.
And that is really our dish. And to serve it, and again, I think this is where kids really like to have fun, right? And so this is kind of warm, but I'll let this plate up. Is the serving is 1 apple. Okay. This is mint from our garden. Another great thing to do is grow herbs. They're super easy, and it teaches kids that food doesn't always come from the grocery store. And we've got some yogurt here. This is a fat-free yogurt. If you want to incorporate a little bit of honey in here, you could. But again, the mint, and this is, Alex always a great garnisher. So go ahead and garnish that plate up.
Wait.
Put it right on there. Yep, it's not garlic like the last
Nice.
time.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So 23
Good
seconds,
job.
and I think this is, your microwave's pretty strong. So
Do you want me to keep putting them on?
no, this is good. And this is the express version of that.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's not as pretty, I don't think, but boy, it sure smells good.
It will get there, you know, again, because we haven't doctored that up at all. So we'll put a little yogurt on that. We'll put them in. Alec had the same comment when I made this at home for him. That's not as pretty. But that's a great, healthy after-school snack. And I think, again, it's something that is relatively easy to do. It makes it simple and accessible on a weeknight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just one of these things that, you know, kids are involved. They want to be involved. And, you know, as much as possible, you know, let them.
Yeah, Alec, why do you think it's important for kids to get in the kitchen and cook?
Because, let me get my thoughts together here.
That's okay. Deep thoughts.
Our dissertation will be arriving soon.
Yes.
Hold on.
So anyway, can I gotta taste this.
Sure. Yep. We have some silverware right down there.
All right.
We'll allow both, you know, and you can sample and judge.
Wow.
I like the baked one because the apples are firmer.
Yeah.
But again, if you're using a Macintosh apple, what do you have? What's your idea?
It's good for kids to be in the kitchen because it's a good life lesson. So later on in the years, if you decide, wait, am I supposed to?
Yeah. Go ahead.
If you
Say what
have
you wanna say.
children, you can teach them the basics of cooking.
Nice.
Yeah, and not to be intimidated. This is really delicious. I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great. And also, too, if folks are interested in pink ribbon cooking or
Sure.
anything else we've talked about today,
Yeah, you can go right to Alec's website, which is teammommy.org. So he has his own webpage. Or you can check out pinkribboncooking.com. They all link back and forth. And, you know, again, Pink Ribbon Cooking is the sponsor of Team Mommy. pinkribbonCooking.org. So.
And also we should mention how easy these recipes are to prepare, which is the key.
They are, and again, I'm here in a chef coat, but I guarantee when Alec and I are at home, it's a polo shirt or a button up and an apron, and that's it. And you know, there is nothing intimidating about any of the recipes that we do for either of the Pink Ribbon Cooking or Team Mommy. It's 100% accessible.
And it's delicious. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's our
Thank
program
you.
for today. I'm Judy Simpson. We'll see you again next time on Across the Fence.